I want you to try to understand that I'm giving you my experience. At a young age, I joined a street gang, never dropped out, went to college, and when I came back, hey, what it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy Pocho of the Pocho Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and support a real one in the field. I always sound funny doing that, but I just want to get it all out. But if you can support me, you already know I'm on the road to 10K. But today, what are we talking about? Lboy. Man, this is probably, I have to be honest. You fools call this glazing. I'm calling it being honest and giving it up. When I was in Los Angeles, he was one of the first Chicano rappers to start doing it different before King Little G. I have to say, I think it was way before King Little G. The vato was wearing fly clothes, rapping with the blacks, and doing everything that all these rappers are doing. And in the interview with the food community, shout out to them, he talks about it, being the originator of this kind of fly Chicano rap thing. You feel me? I really believe that King Little G got some of his lineage drummer from Lboy. Let me know in the comments if you think they were influenced by King Little G and or by Lboy. Man, and I also got to live in Pasadena. I think I lived closer to the VI boys. I think he's from Southside Pasadena. Who knows? Allegedly, I'm just saying. I don't know. The thing was, I used to live right there off of Orange Grove, right between Orange Grove and Washington, right before you get to Altadena. Shout out to Altadena. Hope they're doing good. But a beautiful place, Pasadena. It's a trip because Pasadena is super nice. Got some Rose Bowl and all that, but it also got hoods, Southside. I don't even want to say all the hoods. The ones that I knew were VI Boys, Southside Pasadena, and then there's another SA gang, my bad, and then the Denver Lanes. And then down was one of my homeboys was from Duarte, so I knew he had the issues with the Crips out there. But today he talks about Northerners, he talks about Lady Pinks, he talks about Capone. It was like a couple weeks ago, my bad, I'm late to it, but you know, this with so much going on, I wanted to talk about this vato because I was in LA when he was doing his thing and going up north. And I just think that this is kind of the kind of vato that you should follow. He kind of stands on business but doesn't go too wild out. So
they're rocking the clothes I was rocking a decade ago.
See?
I don't want to say I did it first.
But you pioneered it.
I got a song with Snoop Dogg, all my followers know about Grown and Sexy. I got a song with J-Rock, G Malone. You know, I'm a writer that went big on the radio. You know what I'm saying? I was doing radio runs in Northern Cali.
High Power would try to take the tour bus up there, but they could only go so far.
I went.
So this is the thing. It's all about how you carry yourself. High Power went up there crazy. This fool says he goes up strategic. But in the end, he says it in this. And I'm going to move forward because I wanted to get right to this juicy part of the Northerners. But he says it in this that he went up north, that he was in the 50s with the Oakland. He was in Madera doing photo shoots, that he went up the 5 and met people. And he was one of the first ones to do that. And there's videos of him doing that. And, but then, you know, it says that he couldn't do shows. So he wasn't able to do kind of what Little Rob did. Little Rob got on the stage, though. He did get a bottle thrown and got chased out. But so Lboy is part of that group. Lboy's a real Sureno, you feel me? A real Sureno. So, and in the end, what's his face isn't, you know what I mean? So Little Rob, so, you know, he's more like a resident or whatever. I don't know. I'm a lot of this talks a little bit about prison, and I want to stay away from that because I didn't do no prison time and I'm not into that. I just want to, the reason why this is interesting to me is because I was in Los Angeles when it happened. I love when I hear somebody speaking facts, and I think he carries himself the right way about talking about these kind of issues that are hard to speak about, and some people just crash out about them.
In the 50s.
I don't think they're there anymore, though.
Shout out to the Southside locals in the 50s. They
Salute, though.
gave me hospitality. You know what I'm saying? They took pictures with me. Shout out to all the homies out there in the 50s. And they're surrounded by Nortenos and border.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because in Oakland, the Northerners are all through the 30s, all through the 60s. You could even say they get into the shady, like into 70s, shady 80s when the Border Brothers started.
Southside Madera, I believe. You know, I did
See, he talks about going to Madera. That's where my ex is.
Playboys in San Jose.
Hey, there's a lot of Southsiders in San Jose. I'll say that. There was a crazy war where San Jose was one of the top murder capital, whatever. When I was in LA,
all my movements with caution.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
You know.
But this is what I'm saying. If we change this thing that we're talking about, people, we could move with love and chill and relax, bro. Why do we have to move around like this? It's so crazy in our own state.
I was going up the freeway, meeting all the
Yeah.
Southsiders from every city up north off the freeway, selling my merchandise.
Facts. CD era, bro. You guys don't know about it. Lboy been doing this.
I did shows in Northern Cali. I didn't get to perform.
He didn't get to perform, but he did shows. I guess you didn't do the show, but
I'm with the Nortenos and everything. And not to take away from them, they're not no chums. They with the business, you know.
So there's still respect with the Northerners.
I don't know why there has to be such a hate thing. I understand, bro. It's just that a lot of you guys didn't even go through that wars. Like I've lost friends. They're in the back here, you know, to this war, and that's why it's passionate to me. And I came back like you're supposed to after getting a college education and help my friends. Some of them didn't want it. A lot of people didn't want it, and I'm like, oh, my bad, dog. I'm gonna just do my thing, and if you guys need help, holler at me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be like gang preventionist, you know, interventionist, because they demonize gangs, and I don't think gangs are bad. I just think like gang members are not bad. Like it's just some things they do are bad, but the world's bad. Look at what we're going through, you know?
I've done prison time, you know, with them. I've been in riots.
I'm only going to talk about Lboy.
Riots
What
with
years
them.
were this?
Early 2000s.
And then?
So basically, he goes down a quick story, being in riots with Nortenos, and Nortenos popped off first because if they didn't pop off, there was going to be more that came in, and basically that Nortenos are more militant, but Surenos are more powerful. You feel me? And that Nortenos have to be, what did he say? They gotta be on Captain America all the time. You feel me? So salute to both sides.
And they're with the business. They pop off too. As a matter of fact, they set off the riot. Motherfuckers that been around them respect them. You know, and I'll be real. Their workouts were more intense than ours.
And this is my thing. And for me, on the other end, imagine just being a street northerner or whatever, changing your life a little bit, your family helping you, your family coming up a little bit. My family came up. We moved from South Park to this area called Montgomery Village. I thought I was rich. I found out we were still broke, but we got a hookup because my parents are well known. And my dad hustled us all the way from the southeast side. And before that, we were in the projects in Valley Oak on the northwest side. Shout out to West Still Lane and the Pachucos. But I'm telling you, and in Valley Oak Park, my dad got us all the way to Fountain Grove. My brother and little sisters grew up as rich kids. That's why I can't be out here trying to be all hard or something, bro. Like, stop it if you guys think that about me. I'm trying to help y'all help yourselves because I'm already an old fool and I see, like, the road bumps that you guys are about to go through. And Lboy couldn't perform in Northern California. I actually want you guys to perform in Northern California. And I want Northern California guys to perform in Southern California and have a good time. F women, make babies, protect them, protect the world. Have a good time. What's the big deal?
That they say they are more militant. You would say that's facts.
They have to be,
an
right?
extent, but they're not more powerful. Hell nah. Southside, Surenos.
Because of the numbers, I'm assuming.
Power numbers.
Right.
Power numbers. But, you know, they have to be like that because they're outnumbered, so they have to be in Captain America, mother.
That's what I was trying to say, see?
Shape.
Yeah.
Regardless, they get mopped up. But they hold it down.
I forgot
they actually, I would say they won that riot.
Okay, this is the part of him just being able to admit that they won a riot, bro. This is my problem with like Trump supporters and all that, is that I feel like I can't talk to you like a regular human being. Like you're always like, I've never seen a Trump supporter criticize Trump, bro. And that's always weird. I'll criticize Biden, Trump, Kamala, everybody. They're same to me. What is it? The same bird, two different wings. You know what I mean? So it's like he was able to acknowledge that they took a L, but of course, he says like if there's more of them, you know, when the other one eventually they would overcome and take them out if they would have, but they did what they were supposed to do, you know, knock them out before they got too big. Main thing is that he was around, that's why I always trip out, like in the old one when Opinia has beef, like from the Hater World, has beef with Northerners kind of, because he actually had beef, but then Hater World be calling them busters. Supposedly he's not going to call them that no more. And he's never even met one. I just don't get that. Let me know in the comments if you guys think that's strange that both sides be hating on each other and never meeting. I feel like the only people that can really get into this conversation are the people that met. People that I went to war with these fools, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? I wasn't shit. My homeboys were shit. My homeboys were, and that's why they all got prison terms and I went to college. I'm cool, dog. I'm going to go be with these females and make money, dog. I'm not an extremist. A lot of you guys are becoming extremists, either on the right wing or the left wing, or in the north or the south. Try to come back like Lucky. Try to be somewhere in the middle, bro. It's a healthier place, trust me. Today I did believe it's about the real against the fake, you know? Real see real. I went to Los Angeles and I was met with a bunch of real ass Southsiders that took care of me, that showed me hospitality, didn't care where I was from, was actually thought it was cool. You know what I mean? And because I didn't carry myself with Mr. This, because I ain't nothing, bro. I'm just from a neighborhood like anybody else in the 90s. I just never dropped out, never went to prison, never. I got the girls and I made the money and I fought and handled business when I needed to. But that's just anybody in the 90s, bro. But I'm trying to tell you guys, I'm not him. My homeboys are him, though. You feel me? My homeboys. I want to say some of these names. You know what I mean? My homeboys are the ones.
I don't like Northerners because you got people out there who like never been nowhere, and they'll smut them up.
They don't know shit.
Like, how you feel about that?
Man, we're all on our side, you know. We just
There you go.
chose a different side, chose a different belief.
And a lot of us didn't even choose. I was born in Oxnard, Santa Paula, lived in Oxnard, moved to Santa Rosa. You were born in Los Angeles, born in Baldwin Park, San Diego, Santa Barbara. You know? Or you grew up in Northern California, you didn't like how the Nortenos were doing your thing, so you joined the upstate guys. I get it. Some of my homeboys are weird, and they're bullies.
They got Azteca blood just like we do.
Just like that guy said from the Hoodstocks that went kind of viral. We're just the other side of the coin. So don't think that we're the same as you.
So yeah, just because we outnumber them, they will seize the opportunity if given. They will move strategically.
Facts.
War film
and that's also why, bro, I respect my side. Like some of my homies, man, it's sad that a lot of fools don't. There's like half of my people that know me don't like me, and half of them do. But it's too bad, bro, because I'm not trying to be anything extra. I'm just trying to speak out. Like I was raised by my family to speak out when I think something is wrong. When I see something, you guys just let it go. I'm the type of author that can't let it go. That's why I try never to diss, and only like the parts that I don't really like about my own stuff is when I diss like Bozo, Lefty, all these fools, and I never really met them. I've talked to Lefty on FaceTime, but I never met Bozo. I never met BFD. You know what I mean? So I feel like I can't be going that hard on fools I never met.
Like my brother just paroled. He did 7 years. He just paroled, and he was on the yard spreading with Nortenos.
You hear that?
Playing basketball with Nortenos.
You hear that?
Though, if it pop off, it pop off.
And it is what it is. It's not personal. Y'all are the ones making this thing so personal, so emotional.
Know about it, don't speak about it.
Exactly.
If you ain't never been around them, don't speak on them. Like,
boom. And that's it. Let's cut it right there. You guys, if you don't know about it, don't speak about it. That's why you guys don't notice I kind of lightly try to touch on things. I never talk about prison. I only talk about my experience. Podcasting is about bringing your experience to the popular topics that you're talking about. And I know a lot of people don't really understand, even though it's super popular, people really haven't really understood podcasting yet, you know? So I want you to try to understand that I'm giving you my experience. At a young age, I joined a street gang, never dropped out, went to college. And when I came back, I saw a lot of my people still struggling, still having the same conversations. Then I hear music that is really good, but it's making my people, like there's more Northerners in Santa Rosa than there ever's been, you know? And I'm okay with that, but man, be Northerners for freedom, be Northerners for your family, you know, be Southerners for your family, be Southerners for your community, you know, hold the culture, but stop the violence, stop the barrio warfare, stop the hating online, bro. And I'm working on it too. So let's work on it together. This is your boy Pocho, the Pocho Podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and support a real one in the field. And let me know. Let me know if Lboy is the first one to do it. If he kind of is the father of the fly Chicano rapper, King Little G, drummer, and all the guys that came after them, Peso, rest in peace, Money. That guy? Is he the first guy to go up north and get respect from the Southsiders at least and move strategically? He didn't make it as far as Little Rob, but he's not a Sureno. And do you think he should make a comeback, like career in the music? I think he should come back and kill the game. Salute to Lboy. They call it glazing. Nah, it's just honest. I was in LA when this fool was doing his thing. He was really outside. He was really taking the first interviews with street TV, so stop it. I do think that this dude is like the godfather of the fly Chicano rapper. This is your boy Pocho One, and I'm out.